Hi Denise, I want to thank you for sending in your samples for us to test on our clicker die cutting presses here. I'm going to take and give you a couple of different samples here, sample tests. This is a shark fin die is what I call it. It looked like a little shark fin. I already tested it on 12 layers of your material. Cut out pretty good. It's all your pieces. I just kind of set them up there and laid them out, and as you can see, it cut out everything pretty good. And like I said, you got 12 pieces here that were all together. Now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to take on the 15, and I'm going to go ahead and cut. This is another clicker die. It's like a glove die that we have. I'm going to go ahead and lay that on here. Show you the cutting ability of that. I'm just pulling this away from the edges here. So I have a thumb die here that doesn't want to break loose. And as you can see, with all your samples, whoops, and a couple of folds in there, but it cut the entire piece, which had 4, 6, 12 samples also of that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some smaller pieces. And we know it's going to cut well with the clicker dies. What I want to sample for you also is a steel rule die. Now, the steel rule dies, some are mounted in wood. They have a sharper edge, smaller blade. They're only 0.937 inches high, and some are mounted in acrylic. This is a test sample die that we use, and this one also. Now with these, you cannot cut as many layers at one time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 4. I'm going to take 8 layers. I'll take the 4 layers I have here. We're going to fold it over. And we're going to set our sample die on there. Slide that. Now that was my mistake. As the board thickness of these dies has to change when you use a different die. This is a 1/2 inch board. And this is a 0.813 board, which is a little bit thicker, and that's going to be used for the steel rule dies. And we'll slide that under. Slide that back in. And as you can see, this one cuts out very, very detailed around the edges. It's going to be a better cut for you, better edges. And now if you're going to be sewing, that's going to be a big difference. Now what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll do the 8 layers. And then we'll fold it over. To do 12. 12. we'll do 12 layers on here and see if we can get something out of that. Now the reason I'm doing this is to determine just how many layers you can get with a steel rule die, which is one of these that has a very, very detailed cut on it. Now that's 12 layers with a steel rule die, and I think you get a really nice cut out of that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes, 12 layers. Now, that being done, I think we might be able to get a few more different cuts out of that. We'll try it on the seams here. And again, that type of die is going to be the best for you. I'll send you over this video and we'll discuss it. Thanks, Denise.